So what are you reading?
I'm reading a book about a young couple that has to deal with cancer and then one of them dies. What are you reading?
I'm reading a book about a young couple that has to deal with cancer and one of them dies too.
Well, mine was made into a movie.
So is the one I'm reading.
Are we reading the same book?
No, mine's so much different than yours.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Kate from Hack the Movies, and I'm here to review the extremely depressing film that is The Fault in Our Stars.
The Fault in
That's
Our
what
Stars.
I said.
You just said a fault. You can't. We're 5 seconds in. You fuck up the title.
This film, yes, is about kids with cancer, and yes, will make you cry, but please do not refer to it as the film with kids with cancer or that film that's kind of like Nicholas Sparks' film. No, it's completely different. John Green actually can write a book, but whatever. I have read pretty much all of Nicholas Sparks' books, so I can't really judge. The tale of The Fault in Our Stars is about Hazel Grace, who is suffering from terminal cancer. That it was thyroid cancer that spread to her lungs, and now she's like the Mick Jagger of cancer kids. Like, she just keeps coming back, and she's like on tons of medication. She goes to support group, which is in the heart of Jesus, because it is in the basement of a church, and the guy calls it the literal heart of Jesus. And she meets Augustus Waters, who is a cancer survivor / amputee. And their relationship blooms from there.
Sorry.
My bad. I'm Augustus Waters. I've been in remission for about a year and a half.
I've seen every Twilight in the movie theaters. I've seen Hunger Games in the movie theaters, Divergent, Harry Potter. What I experienced at 8 p.m. Friday night that this film came out was something that I've never experienced. Maybe close to the Lego Movie. I'm kind of, like, the Lego Movie was crazy. When we saw Lego Movie, it was nuts, but it was like children. This was teenage girls who some of them drug their boyfriend to go to, which was an awful idea. Like, we had to wait in a line to get in. And girls were running past us to get seats. Like, I almost got trampled getting into the theater to see this movie. I've never seen something like this before.
For a young adult thing?
For a young adult, I've never.
This seems like a release for like a Batman movie or
Yeah,
a Star Trek
it
or
was
something.
crazy. The closest I think I could get to a young adult book was, I think, the last Harry Potter, and I saw that was a midnight showing. This was 8 p.m. on Friday. It was insane. It was directed by some dude named Josh Boone, right? Boone. It's directed by some dude named Josh Boone. I think he's done one other movie that I've never even heard of. It's the screenplay was adapted by the two dudes that did 500 Days of Summer as well as The Spectacular Now. And even though there's things that are missing that were big plot lines within the novel that are not within the film, they still did a really great job. What I am most amazed about, and I think the studio that produced this film, and now 20th Century Fox that's doing the distribution, is probably just like their minds are blown. This film was made for $12 million. So let's put one episode of Game of Thrones is $6 million to make. This whole film was made for $12 million, and they went to Amsterdam. So and they have A-list actors in the film. The film so far right now has made 75+ million at the box office. So that's just insane that they made that much profit off this film already for basically like spare change in their pockets.
Does the movie look cheap?
No, the movie's really, it's very nicely made. If you're a fan of the visual aesthetic of 500 Days of Summer, or if, I don't know, not that many people I think saw The Spectacular Now, but you should. It was in my top 5 list. It's very similar to that. the other thing is the acting and the casting is on point. Like, Shailene Woodley has exploded this year. And if you, I don't know if I'm a little ashamed to admit this, but I've watched The Secret Life of an American Teenager on ABC Family. And that was Shailene Woodley's breakout role where she played a knocked up teenager.
Do you think her career will be boosted now that she's playing Mary Jane in the deleted scenes of Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Are they going to put it on the DVD?
I'm sure they will.
From her role in Descendants, then to Spectacular Now, Divergent, and now this, she's clearly, I know everyone's saying it, she's the next Jennifer Lawrence. But they're two very different characters. Ansel plays Augustus, and Augustus is supposed to be a dreamboat. I'm personally not attracted to him, but I think that's a good thing because Augustus is supposed to be 17 years old. And I don't think I should be attracted to a 17-year-old. But from what I took from the crowd of, 15 plus, I guess he was a good fit.
Hey, make some friends.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern.
I can't believe I called her.
Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. Yeah, Get it right.
This was probably, not to say that Jurassic Park wasn't an epic or that she wasn't good in it, but she was pretty spectacular in this film, playing the mother to Hazel, going through, I think I don't know if she has kids, but she played a mom really well, and playing a mom that's dealing with a child that is eventually going to pass away from cancer. She really captured that well. The standout performance from this film would be Sam from True Blood. He was amazing. I've never seen him in anything other than True Blood, so I don't really have a lot to go off of. But he's the unsung hero of this film. He was so good. William Dafoe, I was
William?
What did I say?
It's Willem.
Whatever. Willie. We're just going to call him Willie.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. The good Green Goblin. James Franco's dad. First of all, I didn't recognize him at first. I knew he was in the film, but I didn't recognize him because he had a buzz cut. And he had these really cool sharp glasses on. And I was like, oh my God, he doesn't even look like him. Because I've always seen him with the shaggy hair. So he plays an alcoholic writer that lives in Amsterdam and hates people. It was perfect. He played it very nicely. But then he comes back in at the end. I don't want to give too much away. He comes back in at the end and he kind of sort of redeems himself in an alcoholic way. Because he's still an alcoholic. Okay, now what do I want to talk about?
Just real quick, I want to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about cross-marketing between films and TV. So this movie is about cancer, and when you look it up on IMDb...
that's just because IMDb...
You get an advertisement for a show that's also about cancer.
So, of this film, the casting was amazing. I think the script was properly adapted. It definitely delivers those tearjerker moments. I am a huge crier for fictional characters. I rarely cry in real life. But I didn't think I was going to cry because when you're hearing adolescent girls cry the whole time, you're kind of it kind of kills the mood. But I did cry for the last 30 minutes pretty much straight. It was pretty, I had to bite down on my sweatshirt so I wouldn't make that, those kind of really sobbing noises. The only thing I really disliked about this film, and I think it's just me personally, is that there's a whole storyline within the book where Augustus compares Hazel Grace's look to, is it Edie from is that her name in V for Vendetta?
I don't remember.
I think it's
Natalie Portman?
Yeah, I think it's Edie. But I knew it starts with an E. I don't know. Natalie Portman's character in V for Vendetta, and it was I don't know, it was because I'm such a huge, well, I can't say I'm such a huge fan because I don't know her name, but I'm a fan of V for Vendetta, that I liked that plot, and the only thing you got in the movie was you saw the poster for V for Vendetta, on his bedroom wall, and that was it. And then there was also a backstory with his ex-girlfriend that had cancer, that had other things. But, That was the only flaw in this Fault in Our Stars.
Was it the fault in this movie star?
Yeah. For me, it was the fault in this movie, The Fault in Our Stars. I also want to talk about the guy that plays Isaac, which Isaac has such a bigger role within the book, and I can understand why they cut him down. Isaac is the mutual friend of Hazel and Augustus, who has cancer, I guess, in his eye, and he like eventually goes blind, which sucks. And his girlfriend breaks up with him, and they egg her car and stuff. Nate Wolff plays Isaac, and they just recently greenlit a new John Green book being adapted to film, Paper Towns, which Nate will star in. So I'm sure tween girls and teen girls are going to go crazy.
There you go.
Okay, so basically, The Fault in the Stars, I give it so many stars because it was so good. And it really was a very well done adaptation. Probably one of the best book to film adaptations I've seen in a while. I can't say that it's rare that I say that I like a film more than I like a book, but I think they're equivalent. So if you don't mind crying, or if you like to hear the sounds of teenage girls crying, then you should go see the film.
The one to remember was her walk down the aisle.